people are really writing more than they ever have with their text messages and the email, and I sound like an old person now, but all that stuff that these kids these days are doing, they're actually writing more than they think they're writing. And because writing is one way of thinking, and it's one way of discovering what it is that we do think, being able to honor not just its power, but its ability to kind of shed light on things that might be unexpected or a bit of a surprise. Writing can be accessible to anybody. It doesn't make any difference whether you're considering yourself to be a writer or not. It's if you're fortunate enough to be able to to read and you have access to language, then this is a gift that you've got that many people did not have and still do not have. I mean, it's I always want to tell my students how fabulous it is that they even have the opportunity to read and to write. I mean, they take it such for granted because it's just part of our culture here, but it's not a part of the culture of every country in the world, even today. And to be able to put your thoughts down on paper and share that piece of yourself with somebody else is quite an exquisite thing. And so any type of writing, whether you consider yourself to be a writer or not, is going to have value just because writing itself is valuable, and what you have to say and what you can put down on paper matters because you matter. So, if you treat writing with respect, it's not a thing that you just toss here and there and throw some negative piece of feedback at somebody or something horrid like that. Writing is an opportunity to create connection. And when you can treat it with that level of respect, you can build bridges where you might think there aren't any left at all, or even anything that you have to say to someone else. When you can reach out authentically and honestly, after having spent the time communicating with yourself in that way, you can then communicate with other people. So whether you're writing fiction or memoir or poetry, or you journal write, or you write emails or texts, it doesn't make any difference. But don't underestimate the power of the pen. There's a reason why writers are thrown in prison. There's a reason why poets are some of the most threatened and threatening people to certain regimes, because we pay attention and we put down on paper what we see, and we reflect back things that are in our society that we find troubling, that we find might benefit from change. And that can be pretty threatening, far more powerful than a gun. Pick up your pen, sit down, be honest with yourself, and be honest with the world in a kind and compassionate way.